Hey everyone! So, for a while now, the world of AI has been completely obsessed with one thing, making everything bigger. More data, more computing power, and especially a bigger context window for the models. But what if this whole race for a bigger memory is actually leading us down the wrong path? Let's get into it.
So let's start with a number, 10 million. That is the insane number of tokens, you can think of them as little pieces of words, that some of the newest AI models are claiming they can handle all at once. This is what people are calling the context arms race, and it's all built on a really simple and honestly a very powerful idea.
And the thinking goes something like this, right? If you can just feed an AI an entire book, or a company's whole legal history, or a patient's entire medical record in one single go, then you should, in theory, get rid of hallucinations. I mean, if all the information is sitting right there, how could it possibly get things wrong?
But here's the twist. What if feeding an AI more and more information doesn't make it more truthful? What if it actually introduces new, sneakier ways for it to fail? Well, that is exactly what a ton of new research is starting to uncover.
And this brings us to what you might call the infinite memory mirage. This whole belief that a bigger and bigger context window is the silver bullet for a perfectly reliable AI, well, it's being seriously questioned by the very physics of how these models are built. So here's the bottom line. Just throwing more information at a model doesn't automatically make it more accurate. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It's creating a whole new category of hidden failures that can make these supposedly smarter models even less reliable when it really counts.
To really understand why this is happening, we've got to pop the hood and look at the fundamental mechanics of how these things actually work. This isn't just some software bug that you can patch, it's a deep limitation that's baked right into the math of the transformer architecture itself.
Okay, so the first major problem is something called attention dilution. The best way to think about it is this. Imagine you're trying to hear one person whispering a supercritical fact, but you're in a stadium with a million screaming fans. As that context gets bigger and bigger, the AI's ability to focus on the one important needle gets totally drowned out by the noise of the massive haystack.
Now, the nerdy reason for this is actually pretty cool. There's a part of the AI called the softmax function, and its job is to distribute a limited amount of attention across all the information it's seeing. Think of it like a budget. With a huge context, every single irrelevant piece of text gets a tiny, tiny fraction of that attention budget. The problem is, when you add up a million of these tiny little fractions, you create this noise floor that can completely overwhelm the signal of the one correct answer.
So that's problem number one. Problem number two is this bizarre phenomenon called lost in the middle. It turns out, where a fact is located in a super long document dramatically changes whether the AI can find it or not. These models are great at remembering stuff from the very beginning and the very end of a prompt. But that huge chunk in the middle, it pretty much becomes a total blind spot. And this is what it looks like. Researchers see this U-shaped curve again and again and again. Accuracy is way up for facts that are at the start or the end of the context, but it just plummets for anything buried in that big middle section. So relying on a huge context window is basically just a gamble that your crucial piece of information isn't stuck in the middle.
And believe me, it doesn't stop there. We see things like position catastrophe, where the model knows a bunch of facts are in the document, but it completely forgets the order they happened in, which just destroys any sense of cause and effect. We see sycophancy, where the AI will just agree with a user's wrong idea just to be helpful. And we even see something called inverse scaling, where bigger, supposedly better models actually get worse at certain things, like understanding simple negation.
But, accuracy isn't even the only problem here. Let's say we could magically fix all of these issues. There's another giant elephant in the room, the cost. If you have to feed a model a 500-page document for every single question you ask it, you could be looking at a cost of around $1 per query. That just doesn't scale. It's not sustainable. Now contrast that with a smarter approach. What if instead you first found the one relevant page from that giant document and only fed that to the AI? Well, the cost just plummets to about 1 cent. That is a 100 times cost difference. It makes a more targeted approach not just an option, but really a financial necessity. Let's just break this down side by side. The long context approach is crazy expensive, it's slow, it can take seconds or even minutes to get you an answer. And it comes with a high risk of making things up. A retrieval-based approach, which is often called RAG, is way cheaper, way faster, and it significantly lowers that risk of hallucination.
So this brings us to the solution. Instead of trying to rely on the AI's flawed, fuzzy, implicit memory inside a giant context window, we need to start building systems with explicit memory. Systems that can ground their answers in facts that they can actually retrieve and verify.
And the core idea of retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, is just beautiful in its simplicity. It separates the job of storing information from the job of processing it. You have a fast, efficient retrieval system that goes out and finds the most relevant, concentrated snippets of info first. It finds the needle. And only then does it hand that clean, high-signal context to the powerful AI model to actually think about.
But we can take this even one step further. The most trustworthy AI systems in the future won't just retrieve facts. They'll have processes built right in that force them to actually verify their own reasoning and check their own work before they give you an answer.
A really great way to think about this comes from cognitive science. A raw AI response is a lot like System 1 thinking in humans. It's fast, it's intuitive, it's based on patterns, and it's often wrong. What we need to build is System 2 for AI, a slower, more deliberate process that involves planning, checking facts, and actually verifying its conclusions.
And one of the most powerful ways to put this into practice is with something called the chain of verification, or CoV protocol. Here's how it works. First, the AI drafts an answer. Then, it plans a series of simple questions to check the facts in its own draft. Third, it goes out and answers those questions independently. And finally, it revises its original answer to make sure it lines up with the facts it just verified. It's a self-correction loop that actively hunts down and fixes its own mistakes.
So what does this all mean for the future of AI? Well, it means we need to stop thinking about building one single giant monolithic model that's supposed to do everything. We need to start building smarter, more modular systems where different parts have specialized jobs.
This gives us a whole new playbook. Look, long context isn't useless. It's just another tool in the toolbox. It's great for getting the general gist of a document or doing a broad summary, but for pulling a specific fact with high precision out of a massive database, you absolutely need RAG. And to enforce logic and guarantee accuracy, you need agents and verification loops like CoV.
The goal shouldn't be to build a system that has simply read everything. The real goal has to be to build a system that can read the right information, think about it critically, check its own reasoning, and then act on that solid foundation. That is the only path to a truly reliable AI.
And all of this really leaves us with one final crucial question to chew on. In this relentless race for scale, are we so focused on building a bigger memory when we should really be focused on building a better, more trustworthy mind?